Hello friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This is Game 3 of the National League Division Series between the New York Mets and the San Francisco Giants. The Mets try to stay alive. As they return home here to Shea Stadium, they will send their ace Tom Seaver to the mound. The National League earned run average leader, he will lock up with Joe McGinnity for the Giants after the Giants took the first two games of this best-of-5 series out at Candlestick Park. The classic Game 1 7-6 victory by the Giants was followed up by a neat and tidy 3-2 win. The Mets, in both games, had opportunities to win both games, but unable to close the deal. Now they have to try to win 3 straight against the Giants, who paced the National League with 109 wins during the regular season. A tall order for sure, but it starts with the franchise on the mound. Seaver was terrific in the wild card game against the Dodgers, going 8 strong innings there, allowing 2 hits in the victory. He'll face Alvin Dark here to start things off in Game 3. I thank you for joining me here on this Thursday morning. Seaver rears back, fires, misses with a slider up high for ball 1, and we are underway. Dark led off Game 2 with a home run off Jerry Kuzman. Another slider, this one misses outside. 2-0 the count as Seaver works to Dark. Comes inside on him. So Seaver has started off somewhat surprisingly with 3 straight sliders. He obviously has a great one, but he hasn't reared up for the fastball as of yet. One's a curveball, and that's called just outside. 3-1 the count. There's the heater. Dark fouls it down the right side. So full count here, first batter of this game 3. Fastball misses down low, ball 4. So Seaver walks the leadoff man, certainly not what he was looking for. And that'll bring up Brandon Belt. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Belt doesn't have a hit in this postseason. Seaver will take a peek over at Dark at first and deliver. This one's popped up in front of the plate. Howard Johnson makes the call, makes the play, and there's one down. Here you see the Giants lineup. Dark, Belt, and Mays, Ott, McCovey, and Posey, Kent, Lindstrom, and Bobby Thompson round out your Giants starting lineup. Stepping in now, the say hey kid Willie Mays. Mays, 3 home runs in the Game 1 Giants victory. He was kept off the sheet in Game 2, but the Giants were still able to prevail. First pitch misses inside for ball 1. Seaver takes a peek at Dark, delivers to Mays. That one's fouled into the stands. Better stay awake over there down the first baseline. Mays rifled that shot into the crowd. Curveball there. Misses down and in. Counts 2-1. Throw over to first. Dark gets back in plenty of time as Duda puts the tag on. Bernard Strom, Sports Replays, has joined us this morning. Bernard, how are you, sir? Good to see you as always. Anyone watching or listening now or on delay, as that one misses up high, please make sure you check out Bernard's channel. Bernard does some great stuff with the old Red Sox, 1912 and 1950, on his broadcast. A good listen, not just if you're a Red Sox fan, but if you're a baseball fan, particularly classic. Seaver misses up high, so Seaver has walked 2 of the first 3 to face him. Fighting command a little bit. He walked 4 in the wild card game against the Dodgers, but he only allowed 2 hits and was able to navigate it. Now he faces Mel Ott. Fastball, swung on and missed for strike 1. Ott had 2 homers in that Game 1 win for the Giants. A remarkable performance in which they had only 7 hits in the game, but all 7 were solo home runs. En route to the 7-6 win. That's a fastball. Ott yanks that one hard, but foul. There you see the stats. 14 hits, 10 homers through the first 2 games for the Giants. Curveball misses down low. So Seaver ahead of Ott here, 1-2. Throws a waste pitch. Ott doesn't bite. Here's the delivery. Good spot. Tapped out in front of the plate. Hundley pounces. His only play is going to be to first. He gets Ott there. The runners move up to second and third. Ott nubbed that one. It looked like right off the front of the plate. It bounced up. Hundley got out of the crouch quickly, but decided he did not have a play at either of the lead bases. Probably a good decision on Hundley's part. So here's Willie McCovey. McCovey, 333 so far in the series with a home run. This heart of this Giants order is just fearsome. Slider there misses away. First base is open, so we'll see if that affects how Seaver works McCovey. Fastball there, gasses him. McCovey late on that one, counts 1-1. High fastball away. Actually, they call that a change. That one, well, it deceived me too. It deceived me. I got to imagine it deceived the hitter. That looked like it came in there with some pace, but it was clocked at 84. McCovey misses it, and the count goes 1-2. Seaver trying to get out of the first inning jam. Sinker misses down low. 2-2 count. Hundley signals. I'm expecting Seaver to go away here. That's where Hundley sets up. He does, and he blows McCovey away. 97 from Seaver. He gets out of the jam. So Seaver labors a bit in the first, walks 2, but in the end gets out of it. The Giants come up scoreless. We head to the bottom first. Here, Game 3 of the NLDS. Giants nothing, Mets coming up. Here's Joe McGinnity. McGinnity 19-5 during the regular season. 2.93 earned run average for him in 32 starts. Finishing his warm-up tosses, here's Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra 333 so far in the postseason. He's been terrific. Again, Dykstra in the lineup. Carlos Beltran broke his arm in September. He is done for the season, however long the Mets carry on. At this point, the Mets just hoping to get past today. They lose here, their season is over. Mets have to win 3 straight against a Giants squad that won 109 games during the regular season. McGinnity's fastball misses down low. Bernard, I hope you and your wife enjoyed your dinner out last night. Off the end of the bat, weakly hit up the middle. Dark gets there, throws Dykstra out. Nice play by Dark. And there's one away. Here you see the Mets lineup. Dykstra, McNeil, and Reyes. Strawberry, Johnson, and Duda. Lindor, Hundley, and Gilkey round out the Mets lineup. That bottom half of the order, you'll see Duda and Lindor both hitless. Gilkey only 1 hit. There's a shot. Popped up, jam job. Oh, just out of the reach of Freddie Lindstrom. McNeil gets another lease on life here. That's just a strike. Lindstrom shaded a bit off the line. That ball didn't have much height to it. Unable to get there. Change up from McGinnity. McNeil fouls it off. So McGinnity ahead of McNeil 0-2 here. Bottom of the first, just underway. That one, grounded foul down the third baseline. McNeil wearing number 8. Here, fastball freezes him. McNeil goes down looking. McGinnity has his first strikeout, and there's 2 down. Again, the game, if you have multiple guys, because these are guys throughout history that I've used here, guys have duplicate numbers. Somebody gets their number changed. So Ed Charles is also on this Mets roster. Charles wore number 6 like McNeil does. So Charles is actually getting to keep the number 6. They moved McNeil to 8. Gary Carter will not be on the Mets roster anyway. He'll be on the Expos roster once he joins the league. Again, if you are tuning in, first of all, and most importantly, thank you. The Franchise Stars Baseball League setup is each franchise has a 100-player master pool. As Reyes is jammed here, Dart comes on. He'll field the pop-up. So McGinnity, sawing Mets batters off throughout the inning there, gets the side in order. We head to the top of the second. Giants and Mets are scoreless. So each franchise has a 100-player master pool. For the first year, 40 players from that list were selected at random. That's the team's roster for the first year. The remaining 60 guys in that pool will enter 4 per season in the rookie draft going forward. So this is designed with a franchise mode, career mode, longevity aspect planned to it. So you'll see somebody, like Babe Ruth for the Yankees. Ruth is not on the Yankees roster as of now, but he will be eventually. Kalmar, Bernard, I love good Kalmar. There's Posey, fouls this one off, counts as 1-2. That sounds great, Bernard. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Seaver deals, Posey fouls another one off. Giants making Seaver work early. He's already thrown 26 pitches. Changeup misses down low. Here's the delivery, fastball, and he gets him. So Posey swings and misses. Second strikeout for Seaver. There's one down here in the top of the second. That'll bring up Jeff Kent. Fastball off the plate. One 0 offering coming from Seaver. Rocks and fires. Fastball. Blows that one past Kent, who swings and misses. Fake umpires in MLB The Show. I'm actually kind of a little bit surprised that they didn't get licensing for real umpires. Well, I can't imagine yelling at animated Angel Hernandez all the time when you play this game. Fastball in there for a called strike, up and away. 2-2 the count to Kent. A very nervous energy here at Shea Stadium for this one. Fans here in New York know their team's season could end today. Slider there. Kent swings and misses. Third strikeout for Seaver. He struck out the first two here in the second. Bernard asks, with MLB The Show, do you find that playing pitch by pitch results in more accurate stats? I haven't really tested the stat aspect to it. For me, especially doing broadcasts, the biggest reason that I do pitch by pitch is that the best engagement in sports is the pitcher-batter confrontation in baseball. I don't want that to be taken away from. So that's really the biggest reason I stay away from one pitch. The show also will not give you like 1-0, 2-0 counts in by default. Like it won't be 1-0 or 0-1. It always seems to be fairly deeper into the count, at least with an overwhelming majority. And I don't like that aspect of it, as Dykstra reels it in to end the top of the second. But the real reason for it for me is, like I said, that the pitcher-batter confrontation in baseball is the best thing in sports. I don't want to take anything away from that. So that's the biggest reason I stay away from one pitch. So Darryl Strawberry leads things off here in the bottom of the second. First pitch strike there from McGinnity, who breezed through the first on 10 pitches. Paints another one down at the knees. So Strawberry quickly in an 0-2 hole. Fastball misses down low. One-two offering. Strawberry such a big cog in this Mets offense, particularly given the injury to Beltran. Curveball inside. Strawberry takes. Count goes to 2-2. Pitch misses down low. So now the count is full to Strawberry. Howard Johnson waits on deck. Fastball froze him. Strawberry goes down looking. Fastball on the outside corner. Second strikeout for McGinnity. And that is a perfect pitch right there. McGinnity is just hitting corners or putting the ball in a spot where it can't be touched. Works Strawberry well there. One away. Here's Howard Johnson. Changeup is fouled off. Hojo 2 homers so far in the playoffs. He's homered in each of the first 2 games of this series. Fastball misses down low. Curveball there. Not much bite to it, but the speed threw Johnson off. That was almost more of a changeup. Johnson out in front of it. Count goes to 1-2. Change up there at the knees, just low. So far, McGinnity seems to be hitting his spots pretty well. Posey sets up away. Johnson weakly lines it to McCovey, who snags it for the second out. So that'll bring up Lucas Duda, the big, burly first baseman. Duda certainly has some pop. He was red hot to start this season, actually. Cooled off a bit late, also suffered an injury late. But Duda was hitting a lot of bombs in the first half of the year. Change up there, fouled off, and McGinnity ahead of the hitter. He's ahead of Duda here, 0-2. Deals fastball way up. Duda won't go chasing. Oh, that's a good change up there. McGinnity wanted that call. I'm not sure if they called it outside or low. It was right on that corner. But he doesn't get the call. Curveball misses low. Francisco Lindor waits on deck. Full count to Duda. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. We are scoreless. Duda ground ball to short. Dark has it on the backhand. Plenty of time. Throws in the dirt, but McCovey digs it out. Nice play by Stretch over at first to save Alvin Dark the error, and the side is retired. So we'll head to the top of the third here at Shea. Giants and Mets scoreless here in Game 3 of the NLDS. MC Sabar says, I have been managing my teams playing the game, but after watching your broadcast, I changed to CPU versus CPU. I enjoyed my games more as a spectator. First, I appreciate that. I'm glad I had any kind of an impact as Bobby Thompson steps in here. The game is so visually pleasing. The production is great. The gameplay is awesome. Like the mistakes with the show are, generally speaking, they're nitpicky kind of things. They're option kind of things that I wish we had. I wish I could make custom manager tendencies for each of the managers. Thompson, fly ball to left. It's carrying. It's going to stay in the yard, though. Lots of hang time on that one. Gilkey catches it just shy of the track for the first out. Different manager tendencies, different overall team tendencies. I wish I had a little bit more selection in, like, percentages as far as setting lineups, like NBA 2K has, like how they do their rotations. Like what percentage of the time should the backup guy play and that kind of thing. The little glitches that are annoying. The one I gripe about virtually every broadcast because it comes up, where like if a guy has a big play in one inning and they show that placard at the end of the inning, Darryl Strawberry will hit a home run, and then they'll show an image of Strawberry at the end of the inning, and he'll be wearing the Giants uniform or something like that. Like, that's stuff that has to be caught. Different sliders. That's a shot down the first base line past the diving Duda going to the corner. That's going to be extra bases. Pulling into second with a double is Alvin Dark. And the Giants have a runner here in scoring position here in the top of the third. Dark slashed that one. Duda, decent as far as his glove, but not a heck of a lot of range down there at first. No shot of getting that. So now here is Brandon Belt, the designated hitter. Belt is 0 for 1. Fly ball to left, slicing towards the line. Gilkey ranges over. He'll get there. Puts it away for out number 2. Gilkey's throw misses the cutoff man by a mile. I don't know what happened there. But it caught everybody by surprise, including Alvin Dark, who wasn't going to go testing it, trying to get to third. So 2 down. Here's Willie Mays. Mays walked in the first. We'll see how Seaver approaches Mays here. You can't be overly careful because you get from Mays, you go to Ott, and then McCovey. First pitch misses inside. Fly ball to right. Strawberry ranging. You can see the wind blowing out a bit here at Shea. Carries well into foul ground, but Strawberry stays with it. Mays is set down, and the side is retired. So Seaver, after a laborious first inning, seems to be settling in a bit. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Mets and Giants still scoreless. Here's Francisco Lindor. Lindor being a Met gives you an idea, not only just that the depth of the Indians roster, but also the lack of depth at shortstop for the Mets roster. So in that assignment for rosters, basically it was for the catcher and the infield positions, it was the top 8 in WAR for each team at those positions. But players were assigned to the team where they ranked higher on the WAR list, and that was just to try to kind of balance things out a little bit, have less of a chance of guys kind of getting buried down in the minors behind another really good player. So because shortstop has been such a dead position for the Mets over the years, Lindor actually ranks higher on the Mets WAR list for shortstop than he does on the Indians list. The Indians have a few other good shortstops in their history. So McGinnity blows Lindor away there, picks up his third strikeout. Owen rides in tight on Lindor, who swings right over the top of it. So here's Todd Hundley with one out in the bottom of the third. Fastball in there for a called strike. Hundley figures to play the rest of this series, however long it goes, if it doesn't end today. Jerry Grody, a strained oblique, suffered in Game 1. He's listed as day-to-day, but it does not sound like he's going to be back in the lineup anytime soon. Hundley tends to play against righties anyway. Grody getting the nod against lefties. Hundley, one of those switch hitters in name only, because he's terrible as a right-handed batter. Change-up gets him, and McGinnity is just looking very, very sharp. Fourth strikeout for Iron Joe McGinnity. Hundley flails at it. Now, this Giants team really does not have a weakness. The smart money, as Bernard Gilkey steps in, is an A's Giants FSBL Championship Series. Other teams, of course, will try to have something to say about that, but they are the favorites. A's won 111 games. Giants won 109. Change up there, called strike at the knees. McGinnity just doing a great job of keeping things down. Not giving the Mets much to work with. Curveball there, misses away. Count goes to 2-1. Gilkey, line shot in the center. Mays charges, and Mays can't make the play. Sinking liner. Folks, you are not going to see that very much. I don't think Mays made an error during the entire regular season. But Mays on the sinking liner gets handcuffed a bit, and the Mets have the 2-out base runner. Dykstra down the left field line. That one goes foul, one hopper into the stands. Fastball there, misses low. 1-1 the count. Willie Mays still shaking his head out in center. Even the great ones can make a mistake. tougher play than it looked on the sinking liner, but still, Willie Mays will tell you that 100 out of 100 times he should make that play. Dykstra fouls it off. Counts 1-2. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Good strong throw from Posey, and Gilkey is gunned down trying to steal. So the error doesn't cost them. Strong throw. That looks like a very close play at second. But the call stands. The inning is over. We head to the top of the fourth. Giants and Mets still scoreless here. Game 3 of the National League Division Series. Giants trying to close the Mets out. Here's Mel Ott. Ott is 0 for 1. Fastball. Call that one a ball. Debatable to say the least. Hot, high fly ball. That's deep to right. He got a good hold of this. Strawberry's at the wall. He looks up and it's out of here. Home run, Mel Ott. His third of the series. And the Giants take a 1-0 lead. So you have seen on a few fly balls to the outfield, the wind is carrying a bit out here at Shea. I'm not sure this one needed the wind, but it sure didn't hurt. Ott got all of this one off the facade there. So the Giants take a 1-0 lead. And that'll bring up Willie McCovey. Slider in there for a called strike. McCovey struck out in the first. McCovey, deep drive to right. That one's hooking, and it goes foul. Oh, 2 offering. McCovey fouls it off. McCovey, a phenomenal second half of the season, ended up leading the National League in home runs with 51. Ken Griffey Jr., of course, led all of baseball in home runs with 59. Seaver misses up high here to McCovey. Dan Burkus joined us. How are you, Dan? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. McCovey, fly ball to center. Hanging up. You can see it's kind of drifting to the right there. Dykstra tracks it down in the gap for out number 1. So with the wind blowing out to right, McGinnity has done a great job for the Giants of keeping the ball down. Here's Buster Posey, 0 for 1. Struck out in the second. Mets haven't really been able to elevate anything. Lefty heavy lineup for the Mets. Seaver there with the sinker, called strike at the knees. Sinker there, misses down low. Fastball dialed up, misses up high. Count goes 2-1. That's a high fastball. Posey turns it, but that goes foul into the seats. 2-2 count. Crowd here at Shea has been astonishingly quiet throughout this game. It's an elimination game, but they do have their ace, Tom Seaver, on the mound, the ERA champion for the National League this year. Comes Bust Posey inside again. Posey again turns one, and again it's foul. Most of the noise here at Shea right now, ambient noise from the planes at nearby LaGuardia Airport. So Seaver walks Posey, 1 out base runner. Here's Jeff Kent. Kent struck out back in the second. Seaver checks the runner. Sinker in there for a called strike. Seaver certainly laboring a bit in this one. Even when he's not at his best, he's still one of the best. It's just the way he is. All-time great for sure. 1-1 count. Shot to second. Snagged nicely by McNeil. He looks to first to double up, but the runner gets back. 2 down. Nice play there by McNeil. So that'll bring up Freddie Lindstrom. Third baseman 0 for 1. He flew out back in the second. Nice to be with you for a live broadcast. I tend to record these games. I set it up to record. I don't watch it at the time. It records to YouTube. I download it onto my PC, and then I broadcast it as I watch the game. And then I upload it after I broadcast it, and then I chat with you guys as it airs, just because I don't tend to have large blocks of time to do these broadcasts. So that lets me, sit down, broadcast 3 innings, and then if I have to take care of something, I can walk away from it, and then come back, broadcast another 3 innings at another point during the day, and get the broadcast done. But I do like this kind of live, unfiltered setup a bit more. I should be able to get back to doing that a bit more in the fall as Bobby Thompson swings a bat on deck. But I've got, my kids home from college and from school with the summer off, and there's just a lot of noise and bustle in the house a lot of the time. Plus, I'm back working in the office 3 days a week for my newspaper job, so that also has kind of hindered the process a little bit. Full count here to Lindstrom. Nubbed down to third. Johnson has it, plenty of time. Throws over to first, and the side is retired. But Mel Ott gets the Giants on the board first. He takes Seaver deep. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Mets playing for their lives here, down 2-0 in the series, down 1-0 in the game. So here's Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra was stranded at the plate when Gilkey was gunned down trying to steal at the end of the third. Dykstra is 0 for 1. Fastball on the outside corner. Dykstra's been a spark plug for the Mets so far this postseason. He has certainly done a terrific job filling in for Beltran, a much different type of hitter than Beltran, of course. Swears to bunt. Up the third base line, that's foul. Lindstrom will touch it up. Count goes to 0-2. There's the delivery down the right field line. Will it stay fair? Ott gives chase. So the wind not only blowing out and across in right, but it's kind of holding balls up. That did not look like it was going to stay up for Ott. But Ott able to get there. 1 down. Here's Jeff McNeil. I wish they gave you the graphic for, some sort of a graphic. I know you don't want to clutter the screen, but I do wish they gave you a little bit of a wind graphic. If I remember right, when you're actually playing out the games, they give you some sort of a graphic for the wind, but in the CPU versus CPU setup, they don't. And so you kind of have to just kind of read how the ball is traveling after a few fly balls, and then you can kind of tell. Again, minor nitpicky thing, but 2-1 count there. McNeil way out in front of that. McGinnity deals. McNeil pulls it over the bag. That's a fair ball down the first base line past McCovey. They're playing McNeil to pull, so he's going to hold with the single as Ott gets to it quickly. But Jeff McNeil puts one just over the bag at first. Stretch McCovey lays out for it, but can't come up with it. Good effort there. But again, Ott gets to that ball quickly, and McNeil has to hold with the single. Here's Jose Reyes. Fastball. Looked like it got the corner. Ump disagrees. That's ball one. Reyes popped out in the first. He is 1 for 10 in the series. Reyes, the National League stolen base leader. Another sign of how the Beltran injury has changed the Mets here a bit. Reyes still leads off against lefties as Dykstra drops down in the order, but against righties, they've now got Reyes hitting in the 3-hole with Dykstra leading off. Changeup misses down low, 2-1 the count. Losing Beltran certainly hurts, especially when you're going against the best team in the league. Looped, shallow center. Mays coming on, that's going to fall in. Gets in front of him, and that's terrible base running. Jeff McNeil. Now listen, Willie Mays, obviously great. But that ball, that is just a terrible read off the bat by McNeil. Mays alertly gets it on the hop, throws McNeil out on the force at second. Mays was nowhere near getting to that ball to catch it, and he knew it. He pulled up and was going to let that ball fall in front of him. That's a huge base running blunder by Jeff McNeil, who's forced out at second. And instead of first and second and 1 out with Darryl Strawberry up, now you've got a runner on first and 2 outs. Huge base running error there by Jeff McNeil. Throw over to first. Reyes dives back. As we mentioned, Reyes, the National League stolen base leader. Kind of feel like Reyes is probably going to go here to try to make up for McNeil not being in scoring position. There's the pitch. There goes Reyes. Throw from Posey, not in time. Reyes steals the bag. So the Mets get the runner back into scoring position. Still an inexcusable base running error by Jeff McNeil. 2-0 as McGinnity works to Strawberry. Fastball off the outside corner, 3-0. Howard Johnson swings a bat in the on-deck circle, hoping for an opportunity to inflict some damage. Of course, he'd be perfectly happy if Strawberry does it first. Strawberry taking all the way. Changeup right down the heart from McGinnity, counts 3-1. McGinnity looks in. Straw waggles the bat a bit. Offering, misses up high, ball 4. So Strawberry is on. McGinnity struggling for the first time in this one, and here's Howard Johnson. Johnson is homered in each of the first 2 games of this series. Lashes this one, base hit in the left. Reyes coming around third. Here comes the throw from Bobby Thompson. Play at the plate, and he guns him down. Bobby Thompson, on the money, throws out Jose Reyes and keeps the Mets off the board. Reyes tries to go to the back end. I feel like if he just slid in straight, he probably gets in. Posey applies the tag. Reyes is gunned down, and the Mets are turned aside. We head to the top of the 5th. It's still 1-0 Giants. So here leading off is Bobby Thompson after that play. And just the Giants, every time they need to do something in this series, they've done it. Fastball there, gasses Thompson for strike 1. Thompson was playing a bit shallow in left to the opposite field with Strawberry up there, and that certainly was the difference in him being able to throw Reyes out. Obviously, no problem sending Jose Reyes there if you're the Mets. One of the fastest guys in baseball. Took a great throw to get him, and Thompson made it. Those are the things that a 109-win team does. 1-2 here, Seaver works him. Fastball misses high. 2-2 the count. Slider freezes Thompson. Strike 3. He's turned aside. 4th strikeout for Seaver. 1 out here in the 5th. Here's Alvin Dark. Dark is 1 for 1. He also walked. He doubled his last time. As Bernard notes, yes, that was a great play from Bobby Thompson. You know, if you've watched throughout the season, obviously, you know, I did a game of the week here on the channel and all that kind of stuff. You've seen guys thrown out periodically, but you've seen, you know, great base running, terrible base running, as you should see in the game. It's just, that's how, you know, I pride myself on the ratings being good and getting a realistic experience, and we've gotten that. But man, during the postseason, a lot of really terrific throws from the outfielders or good relays, as in the case of the Red Sox-Indians game. Seaver blows Dark away there, 5th strikeout. So you kind of get a feeling that Seaver realizes he has got to keep this game where it's at. Here's Brandon Belt. Ground ball to short, swinging first pitch. Reyes, throw, down low, Duda scoops it, and the side is retired. So Seaver with a very strong inning there. We're midway through at Shea. Time getting short for the Mets. Trailing 2-0 in the series, facing elimination. They're down 1-0 here. Here's Lucas Duda, still looking for his first hit of the series. Grounded out back in the 2nd. If you are joining me, first of all, most importantly, thank you for tuning in, spending a bit of your Friday morning with me. First pitch from McGinnity. That's a high strike call to Duda. Duda's a big boy, but that's a high strike. Duda can't believe it. That is a body language, says it all right there. Duda frustrated with that one. Curveball fouled off, and now he's in an 0-2 hole. It feels like McGinnity has been 0-2 on virtually everybody. He has been terrific thus far. Scuffled a bit in the 4th. Fastball there, and that is a makeup call, because that is a beautiful pitch from Joe McGinnity. Call the ball inside, but you really can't put it much better than that. So 1-2 the count now as McGinnity works to Duda. Fastball up high, hit the other way. Thompson puts it away, and there's one down. Big Clue has joined us. How are you, sir? So Seaver's held the Giants' power bats. Well, with the one exception, Mel Ott took him deep. That's the only run of the game. But yes, and Seaver he's not had great command in this one. He labored through the first in particular. He breezed through that last inning. But yes, sir, I'm live. Rare time where I have a bit of time here to do a straight live broadcast. Lindor airs one out into left. Thompson puts it away for out number 2. So getting Clue and anyone else who jumps in caught up. So 1-0 here. Mel Ott's home run, the only run in the game so far. Joe McGinnity has been terrific for the Giants. Tom Seaver has labored but gutted his way through. That has us at 1-0 here with Hundley in the box in the bottom of the 5th. The Giants in the last inning, Bobby Thompson threw Jose Reyes out at the plate. Curveball misses away. That was necessitated after Jeff McNeil with a horrible base running play. McNeil on first. Looping shot by Reyes into center. No chance for even the great Willie Mays to get to that ball. McNeil, assuming Mays' superhuman powers would let him get to the ball, broke back to first. It fell in front of Mays, but Mays scooped it up right away and forced McNeil out at second. Great play by Mays, but horrible base running by McNeil. As Hundley grounds out to Kent at second, and the side is retired. So we head to the top of the 6th. Huge inning coming up as Seaver works through the heart of the Giants' order. Mays, Ott, and McCovey. Giants lead it 1-0. Here's Willie Mays. 0 for 1. He walked in the first. Mays also with the uncharacteristic error earlier on. Bernard Gilkey sinking liner to center. Kind of seemed like Mays got caught up whether he wanted to dive or catch it on the run or slide. He got caught up in between. It handcuffed him, hit off the heel of the glove. No harm, no foul. As McGinnity retired the next batter to get out of the inning. I said, I believe Mays was errorless throughout the regular season. Slider here off the end of the bat. Weakly line to Lindor. Good slider there from Seaver, fools Mays, and there's one out. So here's Mel Ott. If you missed it, this is Mel Ott doing what Mel Ott does. Deep drive off the facade out and right. That's the only run of the game to this point. Pitch from Seaver, inside fastball, called a strike. Seaver rocks and fires again. Another one. That one's a sinker inside. Two beautiful pitches there from Seaver. Nothing Ott can do with either of those. This is the kind of stuff you need your ace to offer you. Seaver doing everything he can to keep the Mets in this one, but Joe McGinnity has bested him to this point. Slider inside, backs Ott off. MV has joined us. How are you, sir? It is great to see you as always. Thanks for checking in. Ott, fastball there. That was not where Seaver wanted that pitch. He wanted that a little further outside, but Ott gets it foul. 2-2 the count. Fastball misses down low. Seaver has stayed away from the curveball a lot today. He had a great one in the game against the Dodgers. He just has not, in the wild card game against the Dodgers, he just hasn't thrown it much today. Comes inside, fly ball, out to right, carrying, but it'll stay in the park. Strawberry puts it away for out number 2. Again, that wind is blowing out, but it's kind of blowing across also. So it's kind of keeping things up in the air, floating a bit, as it helps them carry. 2 down. Here's Willie McCovey. Fastball on the outside corner. McCovey fouls it off. Again, Seaver trying to keep the Mets in this one, trying to keep their season alive. Fastball misses up high. This 6th inning was huge. Trying to get through the heart of the order. He's 2/3 of the way there. Another fastball fouled off by McCovey. Count goes to 1-2. Down low, that pitch almost in the dirt. McCovey goes golfing and fouls it back. Seaver fires. Sinker. They called that a straight fastball. Down low, McCovey fouls it off again. So McCovey hanging in here. There's the curveball, misses outside. He's missed with the few that he's thrown, which is probably why Seaver's staying away from it. Just not feeling good curveball command on the day. There's a fastball. Sinking fastball on the outside corner. McCovey fouls it off. McCovey just trying to hang in there and get something he can do something with from Seaver. Goes away with the changeup, and McCovey flails at it. Strikeout there for Seaver to end the inning. So Seaver navigates the heart of the order in order. We head to the bottom of the 6th. We have got a great pitcher's duel here at Shea. 1-0 San Francisco. Curious to see what happens with Seaver close to 100 pitches if he comes out to start the 7th. Joe McGinnity has no such concerns. He's at 71 pitches through 5. Here's Bernard Gilkey. Gilkey 0 for 1. Loops this one out into right. Ott coming on. It's going to fall in front of him. Lead-off single for Bernard Gilkey to start off the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting, number 4.
So the order turns over. Here's Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra's 0 for 2. First pitch fastball called inside. Dykstra has flown out and grounded out. McGinnity takes a peek at Gilkey. Again, Gilkey caught stealing his last time after reaching on the uncharacteristic error from Willie Mays. 1-1 the count. McGinnity deals. Dykstra, slow tapper towards first. McGinnity off the mound, flips it to McCovey. Dykstra's out at first. Runner moves up. Basically the equivalent of a sacrifice there. So 1 down, but the Mets have a runner in scoring position. Nice play there by McGinnity. If McGinnity doesn't get to that, I'm not sure that Kent gets Dykstra there at first. So good job by McGinnity coming off the mound. Here's Jeff McNeil. McNeil is 1 for 2. His base running blunder, though, certainly contributing to the Mets still being off the board. McNeil lines one to left. Thompson is there, though, puts it away for the second out. Only comparable I can think there to McNeil, John Valentin's huge base running error for the Red Sox in Game 1 of their series with Cleveland. Valentin bounced back in Game 2 and hit the go-ahead 2-run home run, leading the Sox to the victory over the Indians 9-5 in Game 2 of that series that knotted that one at a game apiece. Reyes on the ground, but Dark is there. Throws over to first. Reyes is turned aside, and so are the Mets. You can hear a pin drop here at Shea. They have not been able to get the crowd into this game at all. We head to the top of the 7th. Giants still on top, 1-0. And Tom Seaver is going to come out of this game. Yes, he labored through, but he just went and buzzed through the heart of the Giants' order. I feel like you've got to let Seaver have this at this point. No offense to Craig Swan, but a tired Tom Seaver is better than a fresh Craig Swan. That's just reality. Here's Buster Posey. Posey's 0 for 1. Now, if you're the Mets, you've got to die with your ace on the mound here. There is nothing after today if you lose this one. Line to left. Gilkey comes on, puts it away for out number 1. Here's Jeff Kent. Kent 0 for 2. He has struck out and lined out. Kent yanks this one down to left into the seats. The foul seats for a strike. 0-1 count. Fastball up and in. Fly ball down the line and left. Gilkey is there. Just inside the line, puts it away for out number 2.
Now batting, number 5.
So that'll bring up the third baseman, Freddie Lindstrom. Lindstrom is 0 for 2. He has flown out and grounded out. Now 1 for 8 in the series. Fastball from Swan. Another fly ball out to left. Gilkey once again gets under it, puts it away. So while I disagree with the decision, Craig Swan a perfect job in the 7th. We are midway through 7th inning stretch time here at Shea. Time getting short on these Mets. They've got 9 outs left to do something. Strawberry, Johnson, and Duda will try to get it going. Strawberry 0 for 1 with a walk. 3 for 9 in the series. McGinnity misses up high with the fastball, 1-0. Strawberry certainly the potential to turn this thing around with one swing of the bat. Change up there. This is low. It's 2-0. McGinnity takes his time before this one. Curveball misses down low. Strawberry was looking to yank that one into the seats. Giants have some bullpen action going. Javier Lopez and Marv Grissom. One-run game. They want to make sure they have something ready just in case this starts to go sideways on McGinnity. But so far, there's been no sign of that. Change up down low. Strawberry fouls it off. 2-2 the count. Curveball down low again. Strawberry swings and misses over the top of it. There's one away. Here in the bottom of the 7th. 5th strikeout for Joe McGinnity. He has been terrific. So here comes Howard Johnson. Elsewhere around the Franchise Stars Baseball League, the other NLDS series is tied at a game apiece. The Expos and the Cardinals are deadlocked. Cardinals took game 1, 1-0. Expos came back and took game 2, 4-1. Game 3 of that series will be on the channel sometime later today. Fastball there, called strike to Johnson. Look at that pitch count. This game has gotten later, and McGinnity, 7 pitches in the last inning, and so far cruising his way through this one. Fastball up high, fouled off as Johnson stays alive. In the American League, the A's hold a 2-0 series lead on the California Angels. Game 2, a thriller broadcast on the channel late last night. Johnson grounds to third weakly. Lindstrom throws him out. There's 2 away. A's walking it off in the bottom of the 9th, a 4-3 win. Bert Campaneris' single scoring Billy North to give the A's the victory in the 2-0 series lead there. In the other ALDS, the Red Sox and the Indians are tied at a game apiece as that series heads back to Cleveland. Or into Cleveland, I should say. First 2 games were at Fenway. Fastball in there to even the count to Lucas Duda here, 1-1. And Duda, deep drive, way back to right, and this game is tied. Home run Lucas Duda, and the Mets tie it up at 1. Joe McGinnity on cruise control, and Lucas Duda pumps the brakes on it. We mentioned earlier, Duda, 24 homers on the season, most of those in the first half. This one up and in, not in enough, and Lucas Duda deposits it in the seats in right. We are tied. Here's Francisco Lindor. Ground ball in the hole to right, Dark with the backhand play, long throw, gets Lindor, and the side is retired. But the Mets keep the faith. You gotta believe. That's a rumor I heard. Duda puts it into the seats and ties things for the Mets, who aren't dead yet. We head to the top of the 8th. We're tied at 1. So here's Bobby Thompson. Thompson 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out. Craig Swan needed 5 pitches to get through the 7th. The Mets are going to try to push him here to the 8th. The Mets bullpen was their weak link all season. Your only real reliable relievers out there during the season were Skip Lockwood and Jesse Orosco. Orosco was dinged for back-to-back homers as the Giants won Game 1 in the bottom of the 9th. Fly ball out to left center. Gilkey ranging over. Long way to go, but he gets there. Puts it away for out number 1. Craig Swan did not appear for the Mets during the regular season, but they put him on the postseason roster. Here's Alvin Dark. Ground ball weakly hit down to third. Johnson charges, throws over to first. Little bit high, but Duda grabs it, and there's 2 away. Signs of life here at Shea. Here's Brandon Belt. Belt is 0 for 3. He's 0 for 7 in the series. Swan deals. Belt lines it hard into the seats down the third baseline. Fly ball to center. Dykstra coming on. He'll get there. Puts it away. And a terrific job from Craig Swan. Yes, I still disagree with the move to take Seaver out, but Swan, 6 up, 6 down. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Hundley, Gilkey, and Dykstra coming up for the Mets. Joe McGinnity's day is done, and here's Madison Bumgarner. Bumgarner 8 and 9, 3.94 earned run average. 31 appearances for Mad Bum. Started a bit. If I remember right, he was demoted to the minors, actually, and then when they brought him back up, they put him in the pen. He'll come in here, he'll turn Hundley around to bat from his much weaker right side. Well, much weaker, maybe not. Deep drive to left, Hundley puts it into the seats. Home run, Todd Hundley. So, of course, after I mocked Hundley earlier on, not being a real switch hitter because he was so bad from the right side, Todd Hundley puts it out into the bleachers in left center. Big Clue mentions at the moment Mad Bum is unemployed. He might be unemployed again. Hundley puts him out of the park, and the Mets have taken a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. I know Duda hit the home run in the 7th. I understand that. But Joe McGinnity was exceptional in this game. And his pitch count was low. I don't think you take him out there. Of course, arguing about pitching and bullpen management is pretty much a staple of baseball, so I get that. Felix Rodriguez and Bob Shaw, a pair of right-handers throwing out in the bullpen for the Giants. But I still think that McGinnity should have had this game. I know hindsight is 20/20. I get it, but and I get the logic of turning the Mets lefties, particularly Hundley, to the right side, even though it didn't work there. If you look at percentages in Hundley's career statistics against lefties and stuff like that, that move makes sense. It just didn't work. And now, after giving up the home run, Bumgarner walks Gilkey. And now here's Lenny Dykstra. Big Clue notes the Mets might live to fight another day. Yes, they might. We'll see what happens. So if this does go to a Game 4, the pitching matchup is likely Sid Fernandez for the Mets. Nice play by McCovey. Bumgarner covers, but Dykstra beats it out. And suddenly the Mets are living right. Number there up the line. McCovey makes a nifty play, flips it to Bumgarner, but Dykstra beats it. First and second, still nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Jeff McNeil. Ground ball to second. Shaded. Flip to second. On to first. They say it was safe at second. The runners were off. There was a double steal in play there. The flip to second does not get Dykstra. Nice play by Dark. Nothing he did wrong there. But Dykstra beats it into second. So it's not a double play. The only out retired is at first. Second and third, one out. Here's Jose Reyes. Reyes is 0 for 3. Looper to right. Coming on. It falls in front of him. Base hit. falls in. 2-run score. It's a 2-run single for Jose Reyes. And the Mets, with 3 runs here in the 8th, have taken a 4-1 lead. Reyes kind of gets jammed on this one. Fights it off into right in front of Ott. And that is it. Well, Madison Bumgarner, as Big Clue noted before, Bumgarner may find himself out of a job again. Here's Felix Rodriguez. And this Shea Stadium crowd that was lulled to sleep by Joe McGinnity through the first 6 innings has been awakened. Still only 1 out. Reyes on first. Here's Darryl Strawberry 0 for 2. Fastball misses away. MB observes, I'm not sure Efrod is going to be much better. We shall see. Here's the pitch. Pitch out. Reyes doesn't go. No better than to count the Giants out. They bring thunder and plenty of it. Be also interesting to see how the Mets handle the bullpen here going to the 9th. Craig Swan has cruised through the 2 innings in relief of Tom Seaver. Jesse Orosco, your closer, gave up 2 homers to the only batters he's faced in the series when Mays and Ott went back-to-back to walk Game 1 off for the Giants. Strawberry swinging 3-0 there, trying to hit that ball into the Shea parking lot. Misses, count goes 3-1. Do you turn to Skip Lockwood, who was your best reliever other than Orosco during the regular season? Again, the Mets bullpen has been a problem. It's been their weak spot through this year. Early on in the season, so the Mets started this season really, really poorly. They were like 11-19 or something horrible like that to open things up. And it was absurd. It was something like 13 of their first 19 losses were registered to relievers. So, I mean, they improved a bit as the season went on, but it was still just a disaster, early on for their bullpen, and it's definitely the weak spot on the team. Strawberry walks. Here's Howard Johnson. MV clearly no love for Felix Rodriguez. First and second, 1 out. Bumgarner set the place on fire. Rodriguez now bringing some kerosene onto it. We'll see if this devolves any further for the Giants. First and second, 1 down. Hojo, line shot to left. It's going to stay up. Bobby Thompson, right there, hasn't played well for the second out.
Now batting, number 21.
So here's Lucas Duda, and Duda is what turned this game around. Bottom of the 7th, the game-tying solo shot off Joe McGinnity, who had dominated the Mets to that point. Mets then getting 3 more here in this bottom of the 8th. So again, I kind of got sidetracked from this earlier on. So I believe that it would be Sid Fernandez going in Game 4 because I don't think Cone will be rested enough as of yet. Cone pitched Game 1, so it would be Game 2. Or Cone could come back on 3 days rest. So that's the decision that the Mets will have to make. Larry Jansen figures to get that start for the Giants. So the Mets will have a decision to make with Cone and Fernandez there. Is a Cone at, say, 80% stamina, 80% energy, better than a fully rested Sid Fernandez? 2-1 count here as Rodriguez works to Duda. Change up, gets him to swing over the top of it. It's 2-2. The Mets hope to get to the point where they have to make that decision. They've still got to finish this game up. Rodriguez busts due to inside, swings and misses, and the bottom of the 8th is over. But not before the Mets strike for 3. We head to the top of the 9th. Mays, Ott, and McCovey, the heart of the Giants' order, coming up. If the Mets get out of this, it won't be easy. And they're going to call on the closer, Jesse Orosco. Orosco very strong during the regular season. But again, Game 1, Mets leading 6-5 entering the bottom of the 9th after a raucous 5-run top of the 9th to come back from a 5-1 deficit. Orosco gave up homers to Mays and Ott back-to-back. That's who he'll face to start the top of the 9th. Sometimes the great storylines just write themselves. Fastball misses inside. That one on the outside corner. Giants manager not happy with that at all. Fictional managers for all the teams in this game. And Mays, high fly ball on the left, does not have the legs. Guilty underneath it, and there's one down. That ball left the bat, and there was a collective gasp. But that was nowhere near getting out. It's Willie Mays and his dramatics and his history against Orosco. Kind of made you jump in your seat a little bit. Here's Mel Ott. Ott homered earlier, the only San Francisco run in this one. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Orosco, fastball slider. Goes to that slider away. Ott doesn't offer. He sets. Hundley sets up away. Goes for the slider away. Ott again lays off. It's 2-1. Fastball there. Ott takes it looking, and the count is 2-2. I'd expect Orosco to go back to the slider here. Don't want to nibble, though, and put a base runner on. Although in a 3-run game, you at least do have a little bit of wiggle room. He does go to the slider. Ott swings and misses, and there's 2 away. So Orosco, that's the tandem that got him in Game 1, and the Giants are down to their final out here in Game 3. In the form of the National League home run champion, Willie McCovey. Slider misses down low. Everyone on their feet here at Shea as the Mets try to stay alive for another day. One 1-0 offering. McCovey fouls it off. High slider. I don't think that's where Orosco wanted that pitch, but he got away with it. Comes inside, saws McCovey off, dribble to third, Johnson charges, throw to first, gets him, the ball game is over, and the Mets force a Game 4 with a 4-1 victory here to make it a 2-1 series. Tom Seaver with a gritty effort. He did not have his best stuff, but he still navigated this Giants lineup through 6 innings, the Mel Ott homer the only blemish. Craig Swan ends up with the win, 2 perfect innings of relief in a clutch performance. Todd Hundley, the go-ahead home run. Dude is going to give Hojo a ride off the field. And the crowd here at Shea is ecstatic. They'll have another game to watch in Game 4. Swan with the win. Madison Bumgarner, an atrocious performance out of the pen, takes the loss. Jesse Orosco picks up the save. There you see Ott's home run. Here's Bobby Thompson, a perfect strike to the plate to gun down Jose Reyes. Reyes got too cute with that slide. He goes straight in. He's safe. There's Lucas Duda's tying home run. Really the only mistake by Joe McGinnity. And there's Hundley with the go-ahead shot off Bumgarner in the 8th. Final line score, Mets 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Giants 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. So we check out the final numbers of the game. Craig Swan gets player of the game. And you know what? I agree with that. That is such a clutch performance out of him to get the Mets through this one. Bernard asked, thank you, Bernard. I appreciate that. The next broadcast is going to be later on today. It won't be a live, like this one. It's a game I'm going to finish recording. I'd started recording earlier. It'll be Game 3 of the Expos Cardinals series. I'm going to check out. I don't know if you have a set broadcast later on. If you have a time, let me know. I don't know if Beatles is going to broadcast later on at all. If I don't hear anything differently from anybody, I'll probably post that game for like 4 p.m. today, something like that. I'll post it online, later on in the Facebook group and my page and stuff like that, what time I'm going to do it. But I'll probably do it then. That way I keep tonight clear, for anybody else to do a nighttime broadcast if they want to. I have the luxury when I pre-record them that I can kind of drop them up around what other people are doing. So, we've got a very great supportive group here, which I appreciate immensely. So, if I can keep from overlapping somebody, I'm certainly happy to do so. So that will wrap things up from here. Again, Expos and Cardinals coming up later on the channel at some point. It'll probably be either 4 o'clock or probably like 8 o'clock tonight. Not broadcasting today. Okay. All right, that's good to know. I probably will not have a broadcast tomorrow. So that works out totally fine. I will be sure to try to pop in and check out your broadcast tomorrow morning. I thank you guys, as always, for following along here and checking out these Franchise Stars Baseball League playoffs. It has been an absolute blast. I've been very, very fortunate to have really, really good games. So that certainly makes these broadcasts a lot easier. A lot more fun to get through between the chat and the close matchups. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you again. Hit that like button if you would be so kind. And if you're new to following along, subscribe if you haven't. Click the bell to know when we are going online. Again, we will have the entire Franchise Stars Baseball League postseason broadcast here on the channel. Enjoy the rest of your day, all. Bernard, MV, Big Clue, Dan Burke checking in as well. Greatly appreciate it. As always, guys, be good to each other, and we'll talk soon. The Mets stay alive with a 4-1 victory.